Much brighter news in many ways is the Grand Prix in Las Vegas in 2023. First of all, I suspect this is one for you, Darren. You're a master of light. Your thoughts, Vegas, good or bad as a thing for Formula One?
Yeah, I'm quite excited about it, to be honest. Quite a kind of preliminary plans to do a bit of a road trip across the kind of California and taking in a few of the sites and then arrive there. And I think I'm kind of more excited about this event than I am about Miami. I know Miami has been one that everyone is kind of revved up for, but I don't know, Vegas, maybe historically because the sport had those races there in the very early 80s, which obviously were visually appalling, but in a car in the back lot of the Caesars Palace. But this one, well, look at it. Look at what we're showing now, the Bellagio and Paris and, you know, all the famous casinos and highlights, you know, in what is not just a destination city, it is a proper city now, Las Vegas. So, you know, we're going to a place that really, you know, I think will embrace Formula One and kind of, you know, it hopefully it's a race that will capture the imagination of the people there.
I think you're right, and it'll capture the imagination of more brand leaders, which is what excites me. And Alex, as a driver, what do you think about the potential track layout?
The track layout looks all right. I mean, I'm not so interested about the track layout. Street tracks, you don't go there for the driving. You go there for the event. You know what I mean? Like Singapore Grand Prix, you know, like Melbourne. You know, you go there for the event. All the things around it, and that's going to be phenomenal. That's going to be super exciting to go.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that they've scheduled it for a Saturday night over what I'm reliably informed will be the Thanksgiving weekend. And that's not very good for TV viewing in the traditional European markets of Formula One. So it's really kind of trying to appeal to perhaps get the big whales in to get into those casinos and you know, have a race on a Saturday night. And that obviously is something as well, taking place over the if it's confirmed, over the Thanksgiving weekend, which obviously in America is just about their biggest party of the year.
I think that's massively important, Darren, because I love what's happened to Formula One under the Liberty ownership and the Chase Carey era. I've talked about Sean Bratches before, who is the marketing leader, the architect very much of a number of improvements in Formula One, Drive to Survive being one, and just sort of the way the paddock's opened up, the longer time we have on the grid, all of these things which I think make the show much better. I was slightly nervous of those guys, either Sean finished his contract and moved on, or just moving more into the shadows, and whether we might lose some of that show business part of Formula One. But it seems not, right? A race on a Saturday night, as you say, that isn't geared up for European time zones like every other Grand Prix has to be, tells you a lot.
Yeah. It does, yeah, it does. And I kind of, you know, we've discussed it many times. I've been wary of when the Americans came in. Not that I have a problem with Americans. I've got some great friends who are Americans, but it's just that kind of razzmatazz feel to what is a Eurocentric and incredibly British-centric sport, or English almost, in as far as where the sport is based, if you like. And I was a little bit suspicious of when they came in about the razzmatazz and what we saw. And some of the elements of what we're seeing, I still not so much a fan of. But I think that maybe Stefano Domenicali coming in, he comes with that more old school European-centric view, and I think he's doing a good job, and maybe keeping expectations while obviously his job is to build those up. I think that he's doing a good job, and the future's bright.